Yes, you are an OG, Lee, right? For sure. You've been around since what, June? No, that's definitely an OG. I'm looking at the October 20th expiration. I'm going to play the expiration a little tight today, just because I want to capture some volatility and get a good move. Especially now, I'm getting more and more confident with these levels. I want to start timing these things pretty aggressively with these 20s, and I'll adjust it. And if it's too much risk, you know me, I'm not a risk player. I'll back and back out to the 22nd. So be on the lookout. If I do adjust, it will be to the 22nds. And it will also depend on the volume of SPX. I'll be monitoring the options chain for the deltas, adjusting as well as the options volume on the SPX to make sure that I can get in and out in a liquid state. So, yeah, buddy. Anyway, we are live on YouTube now. Welcome to all of our YouTubers. Loving this fall weather. I don't know about y'all, but this is my favorite time of year when the warm weather starts to break and you get that little chilliness in the air, and you can, put on your nice big flannel robe that I have and my cup of coffee and sit outside. Gotta love it, man. Best time of the year. All right, there's the YouTube link. Hope y'all like that. We've got less than a minute till the market opens. It's like, man, Christmas is coming, man. I'm starting to run down the stairs, waking up in the morning, see the presents under the tree. We've got 12 seconds till the market is open. And like I said, I'll be looking at the 20th contracts. All right. Can you post those in pre-market analysis? I missed them. They are. I put them in their. I post my watch list in our OM plays. All right, there it is. Market is open. 444. That's what you get for living in Florida, there, Lee. Right? 90 degrees still. 444.03, and we're still hovering right at R1. Market is bright red. The rates now have spiked up over 1.626, at the highest have been in a while, and we've got a little red here coming back down. VIX up 17 again after dropping down into the 15s. Still does not want to give up these high levels. Climbing. Qs, big shaking and baking there in pre-market hours. And SPY is at 443.80. I'm looking at the October 20th. Remember, I always post my watch list in OM plays, so you have something to look at there. Oh, I never hit enter. My bad. Y'all are right. I typed it up. I never hit enter. My apologies. Let's actually figure out which contracts I'm going to be doing here. Yeah, I'm looking. Little red candles right there. I like those. Good, decent volume. I like those. We are currently for. All right, there's the SPYs posted. Little shaking and baking here. I want to look around the market here while I'm looking at my watch list. As XLK, big red candles here. They expect a little bit of downside in tech with the shaking and baking here. Interesting action going into with the Chinese market. There's a lot of volatility coming with the Chinese market, and you can expect going into November, if anything at all, we will expect high volatility. We don't like to form expectations on direction, but we can expect an increase in volatility because we've got monetary policies changing. We've got the taper. Rates are increasing. Energy costs are skyrocketing. Oil is skyrocketing. The price of gas in my hometown is already up over $1 since January. That's insane. The price of gas, like I went to go get gas yesterday. I was like, what the crap, man? I didn't even check the price. I go to put the nozzle in. I'm like, are you kidding me? Does this come with a bowl of soup too? So crazy stuff. So the market is going to be shaking and baking with increasing energy costs, not to mention natural gas going into the winter months, especially in the colder season. In the colder neck of the woods here up in the United States and around the world. All right, so we're currently hovering right at R1. Let me get my SPX contracts here. All right, SPX contracts are posted. Tesla is rocketing up here. Cautious for those who are anywhere along Tesla. There's a lot of considerations going in here. One, we all know Tesla always gives it back, and I have no doubt they will give it back this time. Two, there are a lot of bag holders still holding this Tesla from a long time. There's people that FOMO'd into this stock in Tesla back when it was 860, 870, 880. We're back to 860. You're going to see some strong selling action come into this upper level because there's a lot of bag holders who are going to offload that crap. So be on the lookout going into the week, the later half of the week, as Tesla start to increase his prices. I would expect some profit taken in the upper 800 levels. Let me adjust that. Yep, it is on the wrong one. My bad. There we go. Right there. That should fix the audio on the YouTube. It was okay for the Patreoners. All right. Anyway, there's not too much action here. We're currently stuck right at R1. QQQ right now is slightly increasing, but just got smoked on that candle. The VIX is 16. Let's look at the bonds. Bonds are picking back up here after a big sell-off. Nasdaq is here. If futures, a level to note on the futures is 44.40 level. We kind of toyed with that in early morning hours. And here we are again, right back down to this 440 level right here. You saw it there, and there, and we're bouncing down right around the POC. The rates spiked up, and they have look like a little bit of base right there, kind of where they formed a bounce earlier. And SPY's got a red candle coming on down through R1. We'll see if we can get to S1, which is 442.64. I'm going to turn my session ranges on and my VWAP, turn these back on here. That was my experiment for Friday, which worked out pretty well. If you saw the video I posted this weekend, my experiment on Friday was amazing. And the watermark, yep, there you go. Boom. And that video was not made not to brag, but it was made to show you that you do not need technical analysis to be a good trader. All you need is a little bit of market awareness and some volume analysis. Ezekiel says, hey, watched your dynamite levels video. Just a quick question. Do you take into account extended hours? Yes, I do. I take into account all volume. Known to be known. You love the bowl of soup comment. Yeah, gas is already going crazy, and we haven't even begun the big run over $100 a barrel. Wait till we hit $100 a barrel and watch what gas prices do. It's already over $3 where I live, which is considered extremely high where I live. We haven't seen over $3 a gallon in quite a long time, and here we are blasting through the $3, already $3.20. Over $1. We're over $1 higher than where we were in January. So yeah. 549 in Newport? Are you kidding me? Wow. Wow. All right, all right, all right. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Gas prices. And you'll be look, energy costs are going to start to skyrocket going into the winter season, and all this stuff is going to start manifesting itself. So. Implied volatility right now is down 13%, so starting to drop a little bit. That's because we have that lower volatility coming in from the bullish action. Wow, if oil pushed $200, there's no way. No, if oil hit $200, we would hit a global crisis. There would be a global crisis. Now we're talking $10, $15 a gallon. I mean, that's insane. Could you share your current trading view link with today's support and resistance levels? I can do that, sure. Yeah. All right, so not too much price action going on here. We're at 443.88. We've dropped down from 95, so about a 60-cent candle here, and we're stuck right here. We rejected off R1. Let's take a look here at tech. Tesla's there. Big green on NVIDIA. The Google is sideways here. Facebook, oh man, they're up a little bit. Dang it, I was hoping they'd be under 200 by now. Amazon, big green candle here on Amazon after bouncing off of this 33.84, which we consolidated a bit on Friday. Microsoft is pretty flat here. Apple got smoked a little bit, but got a little green coming back here. So definitely watching this level. I don't see any big conviction play right here, right now. XLF is down. I expected that here with a little bit of pop up in bonds, but the bonds are going to pretty much trade flat for the rest of the day. VIX is trading sideways, although slightly upwards here. You got this flat upward mobility chop. Tech right now is trying to make a comeback, but it's been here for years. Made a whole 1%. Nice W, dog. The Google is climbing. All righty. Anyway, thank y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Appreciate that coming out for the YouTube. Spending the morning with us. Let's learn a little bit here, too. If you have any questions about any of the videos I've posted, let me know. Let me know. I'll be happy to answer them to you. Aaron, if you're going to adjust the expiration, which is perfectly fine, that's fine. Just go for the deltas. Try to pick a delta between 0.3 and 0.4 right in relation to the actual premiums, as well as the look at the options volume to make sure you're going to have liquidity. That's the only thing. Could what I've looked at SPX this morning, seen the big drop, then take a put on SPY? No, it's not, because it's not going to be that. You're not going to be able to have that much time. I mean, there may be a 1 or 2 second difference, but usually you're not going to have that big of a lead to be able to see the drop in SPX and go take a put on SPY. So, I mean, if you notice that I chart SPY, but I trade off SPX because the price action is virtually the same. Wow. Sorry, my buddy just sent me a message saying ALPP is rocketing. He got in down when it was like 5 cents, and now it's over 5. Squirrel. Going back. All right. So coming right back to R1. Let's see how this thing starts to react. There was plenty of time in capital letters. Oh, nice. Well, that's not something you see very often then, so I hope you take advantage of that. Usually they walk hand in hand. Ben says, hey, how long does the volume at price chart count volume, for example? It's all time frame dependent. So if you're on the 3-minute chart, it takes on the 3-minute chart, the 3-minute observation. And if you go out to the 1 year, it takes the 1 year observation. So the longer you go, the more time frame it builds in and the more trend data it analyzes. So all right, blasting right up here off through R1. Let's see if we come up to R2. Big red candle on the VIX, the bonds TLT falling right off through level of 144.69. What's my current belief on the real estate market? I think we're in for a massive devaluation. I think the massive devaluation of the housing market is going to be the strike of the match that lights the fire for the overall devaluation of the market. I use the word devaluation carefully because I don't think it's going to be inflation based, although we are going to see increased inflation. I think the global housing market altogether is going to face a massive devaluation. which is going to creep into the overall markets. XLF here. Green candles here on XLF. XLK is getting a little bounce there. So this looks like a tech-led bounce as all of tech appears to be rocketing. Yeah, so there's a massive buy up here on the Qs, and SPY is bouncing up here as well. Let's watch R2, 444.90. In my podcast, What to Expect During a Recession, you mentioned one could expect to see higher premiums. So when you start to see this aggressive downward action, you're going to start to see a lot of high implied volatility. And with that, you're going to become higher prices. So that's why it's a little hard to trade that downside, because you do have a big spike up in implied volatility. Yep, R3 and R2 are very close together, but they're both significant levels that were respected. So I don't like to pick and choose the data I follow. I post the data that stands out for me. R2 and R3 were both heavily respected, so I threw them on there. Yes, they are close together. They're only 47 cents apart, but that's fine. Maybe they chop in between the range. Amazon's going crazy still again, up to 34.20. Microsoft is way up. Apple is trying to climb back up here. No plays for me yet. Let's look around the market. XLK is getting a huge bounce off sell-off. XLV is still holding down. Financial sector is beasting back up. Sell off here of the bonds as they continue to sell off. We know that because the rate's spiking, which boom, right back up to 1.62. XLY is beast mode here, so we're starting to see a little bit of a market-wide rebound. Industrials here, XLC is sideways, P is down, E is starting to climb. Real estate market is 46 and falling, and our utility is getting blasted. All right, so coming up to R2, we had this little bit of wick right there. All right, so we came just with under R2 there. So that topped out there at 82 cents, or 8 cents off of that red wick right there. Let's see if that continues to climb. I'll be looking how the manipulation off of R2 there. No plays for me yet. A lot of shaking and baking. I'm going to let this thing settle out, and I'll start joining it. What I would love to see happen is we start forming a trend of how it's going to respect. Are we going to bounce off R3 and come down, and then or reject R3, come back, bounce R2 and chop? I'll play that range all day long. Are we going to reject R2 and come back down R1? Are we going to blast up and I need to form R4 and R5? That's cool. Either way, I want to see this action start to shake out, and we'll go there. What are the dots at the end of my wicks? That is the session ranges that's forming. So between market open and 10:05 Eastern time, you will start to see the session range start to form, and that'll set there. And then after 10:05, those will lock, and those will show me that the session range is there. So, and I'll play off those as well, and I'll tie those into my R and S levels. Currently at 444.87, wicking right out at R2. And now the question is now, are we going to wait for a rejection and play puts on the way down, or are we going to wait for consolidation and blast calls on the way up here? That was a nice little move there, 443.26 up to 444.96 at $1.70 range. It looks like a bigger move than that. Usually when you see these kind of green candles, that's like a $2 and $3 move, but that was only $1.50 move. I say only, tongue in cheek. I don't have R4 posted. I've only got R3 posted. So if I do need to form an R4 and R5, I will. But right now, this is a tech-led beast mode climb. Financials is tagging along here too. Everything's kind of struggling along, but we'll see how that goes. Blasting right up through R2 as we climb to 445.04, looking like we might get that gap fill.
if we keep on going. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I guess that could still be an R4, but that's a mistake. I meant that's the R4 carried over from Friday for my template. I didn't delete that off there, but it would probably still play pretty close to it. It would be within 20-30 cents of that. So, but I would like to refine at R4 and I'll adjust it if we need to. Coming up to R2 right now, right at 444.90. Right now I'm running on caffeine and coffee. So, how do I chart R1, R2? It's my custom levels there. I use volume and I use pivots based on an averages of where I think things are going to be to really tie in to nail down where the price manipulates. And I only take in, I look for high levels of high confidence that the price action is going to be changed around there. So, how do I change my screen name? If you're talking about Discord, I think you can right click and change your name or go into your member settings. Nice, Jim. 4 and 15%. Love to see it. Bouncing off R2 right here. This thing is still beast mode, man. 4 big green candles off that bounce. Missed it because I was blabbing my gums here. One of the downsides of live trading for 369.14 and just absolutely climbing here on tech. Futures are absolutely beast mode right there, as well as tech here. The volume is decreasing, but pretty much sustained. I don't see too big a drop off here in buying volume here. And there we are rejecting R3, and I'm going to go ahead and start forming R4 if we continue this action. We are raging right now. We've got a gap 445.86. Man, bounced off R2, now blasting to R3. Let's see how this thing acts. And blasting through R3. Straight crazy bullish buying action here. Let's see, the futures are popping 44.57 now. Let me see right here, 44.90 right there. All right, so rejection off of R3. There you go. There you go. Interesting action. Interesting action for sure. Yeah, yeah, don't blindly trust R2. Wait for that thing to come down and respect R2, see if it's going to start to form trends, and then we'll start to get in some trades here. Ah, man, I'm hesitant to take a put, off these rejections. This is some crazy bullish action here, and this can keep on beast mode here because right now, XLF is beast mode, although it's coming down there. I mean, all this market is supportive of this bounce up here, and we've got a little red candles forming here, but could be some little profit taken. I want to make sure that is it. But clean rejection off of R3. Let's see how it acts on R2. Yes, they do, Ben Doss. They do. For me, on a day like today, I would rather completely disregard puts and instead look at calls on bounces. Now, if we do get a complete rejection and start to see things fail and fall through, obviously we're going to start taking a looking at puts. But until I see this movement fail, I'm going to start looking at buying dips instead of trying to jump in and out quickly of puts on rejections. That's just me personally. My whole thing is I want to increase my probability of wins, and I think there's a higher probability of wins on calls on days like today than we do on puts. So I'm going to look at buying puts on the bottom. I'm buying calls on the bottom. Nice, Lee Rat. Nice. Yep, nothing yet, Merca. Nothing yet. Nicholas says, hey, he's new to the chat. Oh, no, cool. Thanks for being here. I appreciate that. Glad you like the content. If y'all are new to the channel, hit that like button for me. Helps me grow, helps me gain visibility, and teach other people a nice, sustainable, and consistent system that's not based on YOLOs or technical analysis or some other garbage. Nice, Driven. My bad, I just got attacked by DJ Roomba. He like came off his little dock and he beeline straight for the office. I'm like, get out of here, DJ Roomba. I'm busy. I'm doing stuff. Am I into any Bitcoin miners? I am not. I am not. I would be interested in kind of adding some Bitcoin to my long-term portfolio, but right now I'm not any mining. Nope, except for Pi. I'm mining some Pi, but that's kind of like a joke. But yeah. Do you still use a squeeze Momo? I do not. I took it off. I still use it when I'm analyzing my long-term swings, but I don't use it for day trading anymore. It's just a little too laggy. It caused more false entries than good entries. I am not Stockboy, not yet. There's a little too much volatility for me for that. So I want to do that stuff on a little more chop in the market right now. I expect some high volatility going into this week and next. So I personally am not going to sell any weeklies. Yes, they should, Sandry. Yes, they should. I call them supports and resistances purely for visual perspective, but honestly, they're points in space at which the price will be manipulated. So whatever you want to call them, I call them supports and resistances, but they are lines at which they will be manipulated. That's right, Harlem Shades. Thank you. All right, now we're chopping between R1 and R2, bouncing off the top and the bottom. Let's see if we blast on up here. I don't want to be lazy and sit here and look at SPY like a bump on a log, so I want to really look around the market. VIX is at 1715. That's pretty much where we've been bottoming out, somewhere in this lower 17s every time it bounces. TLT, the bonds now are popping back up. There's huge oscillation back and forth of the bonds. Nasdaq is beast mode 15,142 and looks like it's recapturing highs, and the futures appear to be doing the same. And here we are blasting right back up to R3. That big candle, that candle was crazy. Came all the way down red, wick back up, came down, up again, and here we are back up on R3. PMLs, price manipulation levels. I like it. I like it. That'll be something to market. What do I think SPY is going to do today? I think we're going to open. I think SPY is going to rage up to 445.44, and then we're going to consolidate for a few moments, and we'll see from there. Quick $300 profit before meeting. Awesome, Cheese Train. Love to see it. W-Dog got one more SPY call. Going to let this little guy run. 17%. Nice, nice, Gordon. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. All right, still holding R3. Well, let's just make sure, Nigel, we don't give it back. We hold it, and we protect those profits. Remember, you're not playing with house money. That is your money, your hard-earned money. You grinded. You took that money from the market, and it's yours. Just don't let the market get its crummy little hands on it. You protect that. Are the resistance lines an indicator, or did you make them manually? I make them manually. Those are hard set for me. So I just take the horizontal line drawer on TradingView, pop it in there, and I put in the numbers that I want, and booyah right there. A little how you doing? I stick that on there, and they work out pretty well. Little red candles here at R3, 445.37. Let's see what the top 8 are doing. Are they giving back any gains? Apple is still going beast mode. Microsoft is still climbing here. Amazon finally giving just a touch back. Facebook still on the climb. Zuckerberg. Google still climbing. Nvidia and Google pretty much look the same there. Tesla, they're all tech is pretty much doing the same thing, give or take. Ricardo, OM, can you rehash what you said about deltas earlier? Make sure your delta is about. Yeah, so with the deltas, I want you to choose anywhere from a 0.3 to 0.42, somewhere in there, because that always gives me right about the premiums I want to do with a lower implied volatility. Now, with a higher implied volatility, obviously premiums are going to be skewed. They're going to throw things off a little bit, but you want to look for your return. And if you want to look for your overall return, a good rule of thumb is to divide the delta by the premium. That's going to kind of give you your overall return based on a $1 move of SPY or any other underlying, whichever you're looking at. So that gives me that 0.35 to 0.42. It puts me that comfortability. If you want to exchange my expirations for one that you like, just kind of go with a similar delta. Go with a similar delta, and you'll get there. Hey, what's up, Dennis? How you doing? With big earnings coming, wouldn't it be surprised to see a bit of an earnings run up with SPY? It's possible, yes. It's possible. However, we do have a great deal of headwind in the market. That's what y'all have to realize. And I try to give both sides. When everyone is screaming bullish, I try to give a bearish side of things. When everyone's trying to be screaming bears, I try to give a bullish side of things, because I want y'all to be neutral. I want you to be market neutral in your bias, because that's going to give you the overall perspective, and it's going to give you the highest chance of probability. There's times to be bullish, but not euphorically bullish, and there's times to be bearish, but not euphorically bearish. I want y'all to think about the overall market data and what do we have coming our way. And we have a lot of headwinds, although, yes, we do have a suspected positive earnings season coming, but we have a lot of headwinds in the market now, and things are starting to manifest themselves after coming through of 20 months of artificial propping of the market. All right, green candles coming up through R3. Qs starting to sell off a little bit here. I would assume that's XLF. Yes, it is. There's a big green candle. 39.70s popping up, and that means there's a big red on the bonds, which we have right there. 145.09. Let's see here. With the bonds still, what was that? I just saw something. What was that? The VIX, yeah, 17.09, blasting right through the bottom. And big green candle on SPY, and we continue to just beast mode out of this. I'm going with the 20th, Blaze, the 20th. Advice on how to develop market awareness. Great question, Brian. Great question. Well, if you know my watch list, which here I'll post it here. Copy link. All right, there is my watch list for those who are interested. I have got 3 sections of my watch list. 1 are the top 8 holdings of SPY. 2, the second section is the 11 sectors of SPY, which you need to be very well versed on. And the bottom is the main things I would look at, which is SPY, the Qs, VIX, bonds, Nasdaq, the futures, and the yields. Those are the meat and potatoes of my trading system. And then the biggest thing is, 1, have that watch list. 2, become familiar with each individual part of that watch list, mainly the sectors. Know the 11 sectors of SPY, and then know what's in each of those sectors and why they go up, why they go down. Every time I see crazy action in XLF, I'm like, okay, why is that happening? Why is XLK rocketing through the moon? Why is XLF doing it? Why is XLRE, falling? And learn what happens with that, and you'll kind of start to judge how the days are going to play out, and you have that market awareness. So when I'm seeing a move like this, I'm looking around all the sectors. What is propping this up? Is everything down and K is the only thing climbing, and that's causing this? Because I can anticipate a reversal when XLK reverses, that kind of stuff. But this seems to be a well-supported move. Volume is starting to die off here, But this seems to be a market-wide move here. There's a lot of green here supporting this action. So now that I see some XLK red, I'll predict that I'll probably see a little, maybe come back down to R2 on the SPY, and we'll see how that plays out. As long as the red sustains on XLK, as long as the red comes into XLF here, maybe we'll get a little red come down to R2. 42% return, nice Pop Tart, love it. $425 on the day, that'll pay the bills. Thick Mass, 2 wins so far this morning. Love being able to listen to OM real time now. Also, I'm glad you like the community so far. Today's your first day. Welcome, welcome, welcome. OM range is about to be set. Thanks you, veteran. That's his custom indicator, by the way, so y'all give thanks to him. He's the one who sent us that session range. So far, it's sitting right about 44556 to 44327. All right, bounce off R3. All right, I need to take a step away here and start developing what I'm going to call the beast mode levels today, because this is becoming quite ridiculous. Let's see. And the higher we get, the more difficult this is becoming. Just stand by 1 second. Let me look here. Okay, all right. Man, this thing is still beast mode climbing. Crazy stuff. Okay. All right, so currently at 455.55. We hover down here on R3 and then just blasted through the top. I'm looking at the 3-minute chart right now. 3 and 5-minute chart is what I kind of flip back and forth on. So 380 people watching the channel. Welcome, welcome. That's we're starting to increase our viewership over the last week. So welcome to everyone who is joining the stream. Come over and join us in the Discord if that's something you want to be a part of, man. Great educational server. We focused on learning from each other. We're not worried about being right or calling plays or beating our chest about, hey, I'm right. We're all about learning and educating each other and ourselves about how to be better at this, picking apart each other's brains. So yeah, hit that like button for me too. It helps us grow and gain more visibility so we can try to teach people the right way to do things. So all right, so 445.55. QQQ is blasting up on some green candles here. It's filled the gap. Let's see if we have some rejection there as we continue to have some crazy, crazy action. I'm going to lock these down so they don't move. And we're going to go with All right, I'm going to flip back out to the 1 year real quick, look at some data. Man, there is nothing there. Okay. And the higher we get, closer to all-time highs, the harder it is to form level. I mean, we just still keep on climbing. This is crazy. This is crazy. So we're going to name this one something different. All right, cool. Levels are updated. Y'all take a look at pre-market analysis. I added R4 and R5 so we can start to plan on what's going on there as we are starting to just go crazy, crazy bullish today. Alrighty, so little consolidation off R3. We bounced off R2. We rejected, bounced. I like the action I'm seeing with these levels here. Consolidation around 3 and blasted up, and now nice, healthy red candles there. XLF is starting to have a little downside there. XLK is red, and I'll be watching this thing shake out here and start to throw in some plays. Yep, I'm definitely leaning towards calls for sure. Like right now, I'm not even taking puts until I see an overall breakdown of the market. You know, we have seen SPY do this and then reverse and then come on back down. Sure, especially after a gap fill. Uh, Funnily enough, I've set my R4 just right at the gap fill. Not, I mean, that's just coincidental because of my analysis, but we have seen it happen before. But until I see that action, I'm not even going to come close to taking puts. I'm just going to go all calls until I see otherwise, until that action. Now, we could very well just consolidate here until 1 o'clock in the afternoon, which is probably likely after this kind of a bullish move, especially after the wicks starting to form here. The volume has died out, and we're now, I mean, that's a major move. $2.50 move right there. So we will see. Right now, the VIX is down to 17. The bonds are spiking back up. A lot of oscillating in the market here. Now, these bonds getting bought up like this, interesting action. Let's see if we have a sell-off in XLF with the crazy buy up there on the bonds. Rates are starting to drop. And SPY is coming back down to R3. What indicator are you using for the HL dots? That is the session range. So if you zoom out for OM session range, you'll be able, or you go into the indicators and search for OM session range, you'll be able to post that. Yep, just SPY and SPX, stock boy. That's all I trade. All right, I'm starting to look at an entry for some calls. Wicks keeping getting bought up for sure. Bounce off R3. Look at that clean bounce off wick of R3 right there. Qs, look at that. Qs just absolutely blasted off the bottom and are climbing again. VIX is still falling. XLF is dropping slightly, but not all that much. With a move like today, how do you play as the entry off supports without feeling the feeling of chasing? Well, that's a great question, and you have to gauge market. Like first, you have to identify what's causing the run up. This is a tech-led beast mode. This is crazy tech action right here. So if I see SPY coming down, and that's a perfect example right there, and it happens quick. That's a perfect example. I see SPY starting to drop down below a support. I see a big green candle on SPY to support it. So I would be happy taking a call there at support. That one just happened to happen very quickly, and I wasn't able to gauge that quickly. So you have to look at the overall market. What's causing the run up? What's causing the drop off? And gauge your entries and exits there. Do you stream all day or do you get off after a set time? Usually I get off about 11 o'clock Eastern time, depending on volatility. If the market's raging and doing a bunch of crap, I'll stay on. If it's not doing anything, then I'll get off there, and we'll come back on then later in the afternoon. There's a hammer candle, though, on sideways volume. Look at that. New highs on SPY, bouncing off, or I'm sorry, on the Qs, and SPY bounced off R3. XLF is still having a little weight. That's why SPY is not kind of joining along just as aggressively here on the Qs, as Qs are just going crazy. And we're hovering up here at 445.63, just above R3. So everything here on tech is popped up and now consolidating up in the upper range. Big green candle on Apple there. Little red candle on XLK. XLF has got some red candles. I expect a little more red to come into XLF as the bonds start to spike up this high, though. And here we are testing R3 again. VIX 1695, giving all back its 1793 pop from this morning. I buy outside the money, Michael. I always go $2 to $3 and strike on SPY on some outside the money. What are my thoughts on a sell-off after today's event? I think it's a possibility. It all depends on what they come out. Usually, it's a sell the. When I've tried to play the Apple's earnings events in the past, usually it's a sell the news event, especially if it's another nothing sandwich. So, and that's just playing market emotions. People buy the euphoria into an event, and then they sell it off because people are going to try to buy crap and they're going to get caught up, and there's going to be people covering their shorts and all that stuff, and there's going to be a lot of volatility coming around at an earnings event. That's why a lot of it manifests itself in the sell the news type event. As long as you understand what a sell the news event is. I mean, yes, it's obvious it's sell the news, it goes down, but why does it do that? And halfway into thinking, the part of figuring out how to think about that will make you more accurate on playing those. I personally don't play earnings events. I didn't do it back in the fall when I was still trading everything because I just didn't like the guesswork. So. All right, SPY is still bouncing off R3. All right, so we finally popped R3 there after consolidating for a while, bouncing off of it, respecting that. I'd like that R3 level. So in observing that, if we do start to approach R3 again and fall down, I'm going to give a lot of weight to the R3 level because we're respecting it beautifully. Now as we come through R2, I'll be waiting for a good bounce here to take a call off R2. And this is how I start to use my levels. Yes, I missed the big run up today. That's fine. I went 5 for 5 on Friday without playing the first big move, so that's fine. I played that chop, playing some great scalps all day, and then finally got a 33%er in the afternoon, and that's exactly what I'll do today. And that's the whole benefit of playing these levels. When I play SPY, do you buy 2 to 3 clicks out of the money? Yeah. Do you play the weekly? I play anywhere from today. I'm playing 2-day expirations. Sometimes I'll do 5 day. Sometimes I'll do 3-day. Normally it's in the 3 to 4 to 5 day range. And depending on my level of risk and how I feel about the market, I'll pull it back like I did today and go 2-day. If I'm really not comfortable with the market, I'll draw it out and go with the 5 or 6-day. $433 people watching. Awesome stuff. I think that's a short-term record. We got a little higher than that back in June, but it's been a while since we've been this high. So welcome to all the new members. Thank you all for being here and watching. We're going to learn a little, make a little money today. We have, right now, we are oscillating around my R3 support level, or resistance level, I'm sorry, which I guess now it's a support. The Qs are kind of rounding over here, and I am looking to enter into a call once I see a high confidence play. I've got my calls pulled up here, ready to go. All I have to do is hit the little button that says enter, and I'm good to go. Actually, if I'm being technically correct, it says send, but not enter, but that's neither here nor there. Anybody do anything fun this weekend? Anything good? What'd y'all do? Enjoying this fall weather? Anybody do some apple picking with their significant other? Maybe some Halloween decor? Go to a corn maze? Brother got married? Awesome stuff. Well done. Congrats to W Dog's brother. Drill weekend. Nice. Drill weekend. That's always fun. I like the nice 12-day weeks there. Went for a hike. I love hiking. I slept. What's that like? I don't even know what that's like. Went to Vegas for Traders for Cause. Oh, awesome. Cool. Very cool. I bet that's interesting. Did some Navy stuff. All right, coming down to R2. Remember, on days like today, I don't play puts unless there's an overall market sell-off. I don't play puts on days like today. I like to just jump in. I like to wait for call buying opportunities, which I think there will be. So we'll see. XLK still holding its own after a little bit of red. QQQ doing the same. SPY right here, 445.18. COVID all weekend. Oh, that's not good. Was it Enter deck? Oh, nice. Good stuff. Yeah, those are from beautiful mountains. Blue Angels in northern Colorado. Cool stuff. Why do I do options instead of futures? I do both, Josh. I trade futures in pre-market and I trade options during the day. It's just what I like to do. Halloween events with the kids. Cool stuff. Is the bottom of screen volume? Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Stefa. Went to the LSU beatdown of Florida in the football game. Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. Sounds like y'all did a lot of good stuff. J-Pal sold more than $1 million of stock. Yeah, don't get me started on politicians investing. Politicians are the best investors in the history of the world. They're better than Warren Buffett. I will not buy in the middle of the range. That's right, Kings. That's right. All right, look at this green candle right back up to R3, and now we are still consolidating right around R3. What did I do? Went to my kid's football game. It's his last football game of the season. I made a YouTube video. I planned the script for the next podcast that comes out this week. I did some merchandise research on how to get the new merchandise I'm starting to bring to y'all. I want to get some OM branded materials, and I want to get some non-OM branded materials, but that have some cool trading stuff that people like to wear. And to me, the biggest thing about merchandise is fabric. Like from when I wear my shirts and hoodies and all that stuff, I want it to be high quality. I hate those cheap, Walmart style cheap fabrics. I want a good high quality fabric that feels good and fits good. So I'm researching that stuff for y'all. So did a bunch of that. And then enjoyed myself. Did some housework, did a little fitness, enjoyed the beautiful, beautiful clear sky, 65-degree weather. Amazing stuff. What I'm hearing OM saying is we need to get one of us in the office for that sweet. Yeah, that might be an SEC violation. That might. Flying for work, 3-day trip turned into 4 days. Nice, nice. Please do a 3/4 zip sweaters. Oh, nice. Okay. I'll do. I was actually thinking about doing some 3/4 zips. OM stickers. Yep, I do have some OM stickers. If y'all are still, if you all are interested in OM stickers, I've got about 40 left. If y'all are interested in a vinyl sticker, let me know. I take right now. I'm doing payments on Venmo for them, but I have a Shopify store coming very soon. I know one thing I'm going to do is a Air Force and an Army regulation shirt that you can wear under uniform. So I have a lot of veterans and military people in the community, and they want to wear a shirt like that. So that'd be awesome. Plus me as well. I'd like to wear it as well. Okay, so a little bit of oscillating R3. I'm not going to take a call in the middle of the range, at least not yet. So I'm going to let this thing shake and bake and figure out where it's going to go, and I'll plan accordingly. Or in Navy as well. Navy as well. I need to learn about the Navy regs if I do that, but yeah, we'll do that for sure. I'll do all branches. Yes and no, stock boy. Yes and no. The majority the majority of what I do comes from trading. I do have a job. I'm contractually obligated by the Air Force. Not to say that I don't love what I do. I absolutely love flying for the Air Force. It's amazing. It's the best non-entrepreneurial job in the world. OM is going to do a flyby and rip off his coveralls to advertise the channel. I'll do like the Superman rip open my flight suit. Anyway, all right, so we're currently 445.37 and climbing up here. I'm waiting to take a position. I missed the run up there, but that's fine. It happens. 445.37 is currently R3, and we are 445.49. How long do I plan on doing this pre-market briefing? I mean, I am a market capitalist. I'm a free market capitalist. That's how I think. So I will do this as long as the market wants, as long as you all want me to do this. Once y'all say, hey, OM sucks, he's not going to do this anymore, then I won't do it anymore. That's all there is to it. I will let y'all, you all are the determination of how long I do this. 445.55. Hey, big green candles here. 445.63 up to the top of the morning session range. Q's, another beast mode candle, and I bet you there's green on XLF to bring it up, and sure enough, there it is. Big green candle. The futures now are popping up as well. The VIX is there. Bonds are straight beast mode climbing, though, as well. Do it till I retire. Gonna need five years out of me. I can plan on that. I'll plan on 5 years. What percentage of your portfolio would you say is in SPY options versus other strats? Great question, Michael. I've got my long-term trading account, which I have a lot of capital in, but my current portfolio, the day trading account, is only SPY SPX, exclusively SPY SPX. Do you reinvest your earnings from monthly fees you get? Right now, I use it to pay for. One, my whole goal is to replace my W-2 income because I still have, I still want growth and I still want to fund my retirement accounts. And then I want to reinvest back in the business, merchandise, growth, give products back to you all. I want to create educational products, not a course. I'm not selling a course. I think selling courses are awful, but I do want to create educational materials I could give to you all as part of being the Patreon. And then another goal is to create financial literature for youth. And that's kind of what I want to start building into that. Reinvest it back into the community. Not to mention philanthropies. Philanthropies are a big deal for me. Give back to the community and help people. If you don't help people, then what's the point of doing anything? It's all about giving back to the people. What's your take on holding long-term ETFs? I think it's a fantastic idea, Vic. In fact, Warren Buffett agrees as well. Warren Buffett thinks one of the best investments the average retail investor can make is in long-term ETFs. It's hard to beat the returns of an ETF over the course of 10 years, buying SPY and letting it set for 10 years. It's hard to beat that return. So I'm very bullish on SPY and Qs in the long term. America's ETFs are not going to go anywhere unless we have a major event, which it will go down. If you look 2008 market crash, if you would have held since 2008 until now, you would be well up on your investment. So Oh, thanks, Rockin. Appreciate that. Yep, I'm very much about philanthropies and giving back. Have you thought about divesting from real estate? No, I will never divest from real estate. Real estate to me is my number one investment. It is the overarching goal. It's the bread and butter. 445.65 now. So we've got this little resistance level that's just under R4. Mucho bueno. I like it. I like it. Do I have any trades on videos on swing trading, Spy? Not yet. Not yet. I've got one. I've got some of those in the works right now. The big video I'm working on now is kind of an options one-on-one beginners from my perspective. I know there's a billion of those out there, but from my perspective, so from my traders that are new can kind of get all my lingo and stuff like that down. But alrighty. I prefer real estate to equities. Yes, I do. It's hard to beat the long-term return of real estate. You always want to buy appreciable assets, not depreciable. So I want to buy assets that are going to appreciate over time and fight everything. And real estate fits all those criteria. There's a reason why the real estate market, in terms of holdings, is 10 times multiplier, 10, 20, 30, 40 times multiplier than it is the equities market. Look at the overall global valuation of equities market. Look at the overall valuation of properties. And you'll see that the properties greatly outweighs the equities. That's where rich people put their money. So that's where I started to think about when I was young. All right, another red candle off of this POC on the 3-minute. The Qs are hovering out top here. The bonds are, look at this. Look at this big buy up here on the bonds. XLF is still up here as well. And this is going to start manifesting itself some way. I'm referring to owning real estate property. REITs are fantastic. I have REITs. REITs are amazing investment to have, but I'm talking about actual buying investment properties. My aunt, for example, my aunt worked for the post office, and her husband was my uncle worked for also he also started for the post office, but another job didn't pay all that much, but they were still early on they bought a investment property very young in a location, a commercial investment property that had to be that eventually in the course of 15 years was smack dab in the middle of the city of the growth, and she made bank, and it completely changed her life because she held that investment property for 30 years. So investment properties are life changing, and it's all about location, obviously, and getting it at the right time. I own real estate in New York City. Oh wow, awesome stuff. Yeah, city made it very hard. Yeah, I mean that's cities. Different cities do make it different, more difficult. So the thing is, I won't touch too much on this because we're focusing on SPY, but I will say for the real estate, it's not as hard as you think it is, and it doesn't take as much money as you think it does. So I encourage you to take the leap of faith and go headstrong into learning everything you can about real estate. And that's all I'll say about that. Unless some people want to know more about it. All right, so red candles here, still around R3. I'm waiting for a break off from R3 to really start looking at a position. sorry, man. Stop pumping the real estate market. We don't need more competition. All right, red candles 443. I've got. Let me start looking at the premiums here. Let's see. SPY implied volatility is up just up a tick from this morning, just a slight amount. Premiums are looking good. SPX, what is SPX doing here? On the 20th, we've got plenty of volume. I'm happy with October 20th. I'm going to stick with these for now. 44.75s are looking delicious. Would you look at that? Yeah, thanks to our amazing mod Funky, as y'all probably seen him around. We are actually entering some premium paid services with the trading bots. So we're bringing some bots into the Discord here, which are well above my head in terms of technical, the computer stuff. But he's great at that stuff, and he's helping work with me on bringing these bots into the server so we can get more data. I want the server to be a one-stop shop. So I'm paying the fees and I'm getting that bot in here, and then we're going to bring that product for you all free for our Patreon subscribers. So had to a house poor to get into a son. Oh, nice, nice. Well, you did what you had to do. Do you think the growth in real estate prices is inherent to real estate, or is it more of a byproduct of current financial system? I work in real estate and have hundreds of loans and close 100 loans, but I don't know if it's sustainable. It is not sustainable, in my personal opinion. Obviously, I am not a market maker. I do not have any degrees in economics. I do have a degree in accounting, but all that means is I'm good with numbers. My personal opinion is that one, we're 50% overvalued on the real estate market. This is a pure supply and demand driven event based on this whole Corona market thing. With the driven by the rates absolutely tanking through the floor. Everybody wanted to buy up this stuff. Everybody wanted to buy up the real estate because they wanted their position. I tried to refinance one of my properties, and it looked great, by the way. Which, you know, side story, I go to refinance one of my properties from a 3.4, 3.5% rate all the way down to like a 2.1. And the guy was like, "Yeah, everything's good." And I said, "All right, well, send me the paperwork and we'll get this ball rolling because it looked great." He wanted $11,000 closing cost to close this. I was like, "Nope, doesn't make sense to me. I'm out. I'm not paying $11,000 in closing cost. It just doesn't make it's not great sense." But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Real estate is grossly overvalued, and it's not sustainable. It's just economically not sustainable. I don't care what numbers you put in front of me. It's just economically not sustainable when you've got a 50% overvaluation of the housing market, which I think the housing market becoming more appropriately valued is what's going to start the devaluation of the market. And everyone's talking about, inflation being the trigger. I think it's going to be an event to climb back or fall back towards valuations. That's it. All right, we've got R3 still holding tight, and I'm looking for a break from R3 up or down to see what I'm going to play. Do you have theta play potential callouts in Patreon? I do. I'm working with a theta trader, Cody, who's a part of the tier 2. So if you do sign up for tier 2, you will take part in his theta plays. Hey, thanks Night Frog for the super chat. I appreciate that. Yeah, the bots. I'm bringing the bots for y'all. Man, a lot of questions today. I guess that's what happens when you got 450 people watching. Good stuff. What should someone do if they want to buy a house at the right time? There's not a great answer to that. Unfortunately, there's not a great answer because the market is incredibly overvalued. Uh, if you do buy a house right now, you're going to face some equity concerns in terms of being underwater within the next 6 months or to a year, which is fine. If you plan on holding the property for 30, 40 years, that's no big deal. It's whatever. Uh, the only thing I could offer you at this point is to buy the crappiest house in the best neighborhood and fix the property up. So if you've got some skills that you can do some DIY stuff that to a good quality, find the crappiest house in the best neighborhood and fix it up and live in it. That's the best answer I can give you. So, hey, Options Dude, what's up? You haven't seen you in a while. What is going on? The house where I live, my next door neighbor is actually the same exact floor plan as my current house. Literally, same exact floor plan, except flipped inverse. And they took the market. They got the money. They actually bought a camper, sold their house to live in a camper because they wanted the money, and it was over double, like almost 3 times as much as what we paid for this house back in 2015. So the market is incredibly, incredibly overvalued, and insane levels, insane levels. I would say 6 months, 6 to 12 months, Hayden, before the start of it, not the completion, but the start of it. Now, yes, I sound like a bear sitting and talk about devaluation. I'm not a bear. I guess you can call me whatever you want. I'm more of a realist. But here's the thing. Here's the difference between me and these people that call the world is ending. I'm not calling the top. I'm not going to continue. I'm not going to buy puts. I'm not going to short the market until it's ready to be shorted. What I'm going to do is play the action in front of me. I may expect a devaluation in the next 12 months down to SPY going down to 380. But guess what? I'll sit here and play calls until this thing climbs to 480. I don't care. I'm not going to let my ego keep me from playing the upside. And I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all that I know what's going to happen because I don't. But I'm going to play what I know. And right now, what I know is that SPY is holding R3 beautifully, and I'm looking to play some plays off of that. I know it's a little slow right now, but right now there's some low confidence plays. If we look what happened Friday, so obviously the levels aren't plotted on Friday anymore, but you can kind of see the purple squares, which is where they were. R2 was a little higher. We were bouncing off of R2 up here. We consolidated at R3 all afternoon, all morning and afternoon, and then we broke up. And I took a call right here, and I had that 33% win right there. And now we got a little consolidation around R3, and I'll be looking to take a play once I figure out where we're going to break. Zan, my first name is Andrew. Yeah, y'all call me Andrew. You don't have to call me OM. You don't have to call me OM. JS, yeah, I'll have to visit there. I heard that was a fantastic city. Am I right, Lee Rhett? Thanks, Howard, coming out there doing a little mining. I love it. I love it. Can you post a trading loop link with a pre-market post every day? Yeah, I could do that. Sure. That's a great idea, actually. I know a couple of members have sent me a script to formulate these things. I need to implement it. I need to implement it. So if you have, I'm going to be doing a script here that in TradingView that all I got to do is pop these things in there. But are you seeing a trade in SPY right now? Not right now, no. At least not a high confidence trade. I'm looking for a high confidence play. Yeah, you could probably squeeze in some scalps here, 3, 4, 5%, depending on what DTE. Me personally, I want to set up. I want to wait for a higher quality setup, especially after missing that morning bull run because I was yapping my gums, which is fine. I love teaching y'all, and passing you all education is more important for me than entering a play, honestly. But 445.62, and I'm going to wait for a breakout. And what I'm going to do is monitor the market conditions. Same thing I did on Friday to cap that big 33% win. I want to watch the market conditions. XLF, what's it going to do with this big pop up in bonds now up here to the AM or the pre-market pivot? And the bonds right now are selling off right now, or I'm sorry, the rates. And you got SPY is kind of trading around this R3, so I'm looking for a little pop up here. Oh yeah, I feel you, Michael. Sometimes that's a good thing though. Sometimes that's a good thing. All right, here we go. R4, a little breakout here. QQQ is beast mode up. The VIX dropping off again, and there's not much holding VIX up here until the lower 16 pivot. So be on the lookout for some buying activity, and I'll be waiting for some calls here. A family is looking for purchasing real estate. Should we wait till then? My thinking is there's going to be foreclosures because people's median income are staying the same, if not falling, and the home valuations are absolutely skyrocketing. We don't have an adjustable rate mortgage problem like we did in 2008, but we are going to have a devaluation problem. We're going to have people who are going to have an affordability problem. Not to mention, when the headwinds of this market start to hit businesses, there's going to be more layoffs. Not to mention, there's people going to be walking out on jobs because of COVID mandates. Nobody wants to deal with that. I'm not getting political, but it's just the way of the world. Some people are going to start walking out from jobs. So there's going to be some supply shortages. There's going to be now 25% of America's major corporations cannot meet their debt obligations right now. So there's going to be some layoffs. There's going to be some hits from the market, which is going to cause some concerns for people. There's going to be a little increase in foreclosures. So me personally, I'm waiting to scoop and score. I'm going to scoop and score. I'm going to hold off any more purchases on real estate for about a year and scoop and score. All right, look at this green crazy action here, blasting right through R4 after checking up on it and just going crazy. So held R3, and now we're just going up. And yeah, boom. $40-year conventional loans. Wow. Wow. Yeah, 40-year conventional loan, I would never. Yeah, man, that would be crazy. Be crazy. 25% off that R3 bounce. Nice, Blaze. Well done. Well done. What indicator do you use to show R1, R2 levels? That's a custom indicator I form, Sid. So basically, kid, I will form custom levels. I use just a line. I'll pop the lines in there, and I'll point the values in there myself. Look at that, rejecting R4 beautifully. All right, so maybe now we get a chop fest between R3 and R4. I'm using TradingView to chart. I use E-Trade for execution. QQQ right here, right at the side right now. We are now right above the session range here. Nasdaq is trading sideways here. All right, so I really want to formulate XLF. So it's one of these days that the XLF and the bonds are trading in tandem, which usually we see on some volatility. We see some volatilities in a day like today. I'm getting a lot of DMs right now. I'm not ignoring you all, I promise you. Just I don't want to get too distracted. I've already missed one play this morning from being distracted, so I want to formulate a strategy here and not miss a play. So I will get back to you once market conditions settle out, or once I sign off, I'll start responding to DMs. Well, I mean, we got a little shaking and baking here. Yes, it is chop, but we keep having these big candles here, and this very well could be consolidate for an hour and then wham bam, and we climb up to R5. And I don't want to miss that play. That's why I'm being very diligent on watching the market here. I'm clicking back and forth. Notice I don't stay on SPY for more than 60 seconds at a time. I don't want to get lazy and sit here and watch SPY and act like I know what's going to happen. I want to look around all market underlyings and figure out what's going on with the market. I want to look at the financial sector. I want to look at tech. I want to look at consumer discretionary. I want to look at industrials. I want to look at all these things and tie together. I want to make a casserole here, and that casserole is going to provide me the decision. But I need all the ingredients. All the ingredients is everything. Bonds are rolling over. We have a red candle right there. Thanks, Lee Rat, for pointing that out. XLF is still climbing, though, at this moment. And there is SPY still hovering at R4. Haven't seen the stream before. I have a 0 DTE credit put spread on SPX short leg. Love the recent boost. Oh, nice, Michael. Nice. Oil is crazy. Yep, $86 a barrel as I checked this morning. I don't know if it's still going up, but it's 86 as of this morning. Nice, W Dog. I saw that. Merch account is on track for $500 a month. Yeah, I thought about doing a pod because I'm always looking for podcast ideas. What I'm gonna do because I talk about everything finance related, not just stock trading. By the way, if you are new to the channel, I do have my Making Millionaires Podcast, which is another thing I offer for my Patreon. So if you are on the fence about joining the Tier 1, maybe $10 a month is a little too high, or you don't understand the value, one of the things I offer for Tier 1 on Patreon is a Making Millionaires Podcast, and I talk about everything finance related. I talk about investing, finance. I talk about emotional side of trading, psychology, which is something that I think is very, very well underlooked. I would say 90% of trading is psychology based, and the reason why you're losing is psychology based, and yet no one talks about it. They talk about technical analysis. Draw this line, draw this triangle, draw this sideways cucumber. Complete garbage. Talk about that stuff. Yeah, so if you want to find a little more about some stuff and a little more about what makes my brain tick, join the Patreon and listen to the podcast. Making Millionaires Podcast comes out every Thursday morning. But the next podcast I'm really looking at, and one of them I'm going to do here in the next few weeks, is how to add $1,000 revenue, how to make an extra $1,000 a month, basically. Talk about side hustles, talk about ideas, those ideas that I've had in my head over the past few years. Yeah, it's not total garbage. I was being colorful. It's definitely not total garbage. Relying on it, though, is. I don't want people to rely on it. Technical analysis should be number 4 or 5 in your order of importance down the list. If you are relying on technical analysis to become a trader, you're doing it wrong. Technical analysis should be the back end. You should have market awareness, volume analysis, figuring out what's going on behind the market. And then after you've done all that, then you do technical analysis. But taking a trade just because we are in a wedge pattern or because we're in a or microphone pattern, it's garbage. So it's not going to make you a good trader. It's hard enough to predict the market as well as it is to base your decisions on where the best pattern is only right 60% of the time. So what is R4 set for? I leave those values for my Patreon accounts. That's why I've got it hidden. This is one of the values I offer for my subscribers. 3.3%, 3 for 3 today. Nice, Gordon. You've been killing it lately. I'd love to see it. 2.1% gain overall on your account. I'd love to see it. Well done, man. You've been killing it. A lot of great trades in the room, man. And you know what the great thing about it is? People are killing it in the room the past 2 weeks, and they're doing it with their own trades. They're using the levels, they're using the knowledge that we learned together to kill it. And they're making trades without even me having to post trades. And that's what makes me happy. Is the podcast available on Apple? No, not yet. In the future, I'm looking to expand the podcast to Spotify or Apple, but not yet. Right now, it's just through the Patreoners, through Patreon. Nice Harlem trades, made your daily goal, and now you're just sitting on your hands. Just started tuning in. What do the RS range mean? All right, so you've got the green lines and the red lines, which are down here. The S and R lines, the supports and resistance. Those are my custom. That's my custom indicator. I calculate those levels, and then I just draw those lines on my chart for visual aid. But those are my custom calculated pivot levels. Level 1 Patreon are the Rangers for level 2. Nope. The Rangers are for level 1. Everybody gets those. Where can we access your Patreon to get those levels? If you go into the Discord and go under pre-market analysis, and that's exclusive for the Patreoners, you'll get access to the ranges. 445.83. We're now sandwiched between R3 and R4. How do I see them? You have to link if you are signed up for the Patreon, you have to link your Discord profile to your Patreon. That'll automatically assign you all your roles and your preferences for Discord. So you can go to Discord. I think if you do that, you do have to restart your Discord. So close it out, reopen it. It'll automatically give you all the, it'll turn your name gold, and it'll give you all the accesses for everything. And you'll go and you click on the pre-market analysis tab, and you'll get in there. And rejecting R4. I'm guessing I'll take a play after confirmation on R4. Well, what I'm looking for is to formulate my thesis right now. So we're here at R4. We're probably going to consolidate here. We fill the gap. We are now at the post-market levels from Friday, which is right at R4. And when the question is, which I don't know the answer to yet, do we pop above or do we drop below? Now, what I'm going to be doing is monitoring the market to give me a heads up on what's going on. Because although, SPX and then the futures pretty much, for the most part, trade in tandem, if you do want to get a leg up on a trade, you have to monitor the underlyings. So what I'm doing is I come through here and I go through the XLK. And here, I'll show this on the screen here. Hold on, standby one. All right, so here's my watch list. So what I'm doing is I'm clicking this. I got the 11 sectors of SPY right here. 11. These are the top 11 in from order of top to least. They're from greatest to least in terms of the percentage holdings of SPY. So XLK is the biggest, XLU is the smallest. Now they do fluctuate, they change. So don't call me on that. But if you look up the website, this is the greatest to least. And what I like to do is monitor these X sectors. And I'm coming through here. All right, XLF, big red here. So I can anticipate some heaviness in SPY. There's a red candle. XLK, if XLK starts to round over in tandem with XLF, that's going to be a pretty big that's going to be a little heaviness in the market. So I could see a little more red side. And I want to start calculating here. So me looking, I see some red on XLF. It's starting to gap down, actually. That's significant to me. SPY's got a little red candle right here. If I see XLK have a big red and SPY hasn't manifested that yet, I'm going to go ahead and enter a put. And I'll draw this thing down. And that's kind of heading up in the market based on what the underlyings are telling you. And that's what I want to that's really what I want to look at. Me personally. Just a little advice. All right. How do we find your live stream on Tuesdays? Just became okay. So I don't do the YouTube streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I do a voice stream. So if you go into the Discord, you go to the bottom left, you'll see the voice stream section that you click on Patreon stream. That gets you the voice stream every Tuesdays and Thursdays as well. I'm doing it now as well. So it reduces the delay. There's like a 3 or 4 second delay in YouTube. There is no delay on the Discord. So one of the things is the Patreon a paid subscription. Yep, it's $10 a month for the tier 1. And for those who are interested, there is the link. If that's something you want to be a part of, let me know. You might have to adjust your settings because we are there now. Like we're discussing, and there everything's working well. So you might have to adjust your settings, make sure you've got your audio output set to the right thing. All right, 445.76. Apple, look at Apple going crazy here. So tech continues to be the beast mode up here. Amazon's starting to get a little downside, but everything else is starting to climb. Nvidia pop up there. Tesla is climbing green here, and it's looking good. Big spike here on the Qs. XLF might get a little bounce here. It might be worth taking a call here shortly. Red candle here on SPY. A little divergence between tech and XLF. I'll tell you one thing, it's awesome. When you start doing stuff, especially when you enter in an entrepreneurial endeavor, involve your spouse, man. Like involving my wife has been the best thing ever in terms of, creating this OM thing for you all, and she helps out great, and she's passionate about it. And when you become a team like that, you become more successful. So it's been fantastic, and my wife has been awesome in helping Mrs. OM. Got to give a shout out to her. She's been awesome in helping me do all the stuff I do for you. Not to mention, she donates my time for you all because she has to sacrifice a lot of time with her hubs to offer you all content. Of course she is. Yeah, she is. Does she roll your eye when I say shake and bake? She did it first. She's used to it now, though. Alrighty, 445.79. I'll be looking at taking a position shortly. She is not. She is not. She's in she's in the medical field, so she's not into that. I've been day trading since I've been day trading the SPY. I've success in some failures, but how long do you wait in the first minute to make a trade? Sometimes I take a trade the first 30 seconds. Sometimes I wait. Sometimes I don't trade at all. It all depends on my level of confidence in the day. So my wife's an RN. Nice, nice. Yeah, she is an RN by trade. Now she's an emergency director. So she still does the nursing stuff, but she directs multiple emergency departments right now. So she's working hard. 445.76. All right, so VIX right now is currently at this pivot to 1682. The bonds are still hovering this range. Not a lot of action right now. XLK is climbing. What are the top 8 doing there? So, yeah, we're just waiting for a break here. I'm not going to force a position. I'm going to wait for a break. I would potentially say we're going to climb higher with this kind of action, especially with the strong tech sectors here. Tech's got a little wick there. Trading SPY only is changing my life. That's right, Driven. I'm glad you see the value in it. When you focus all your efforts on one thing, you can really start to hedge out the bad stuff, trim out the bad stuff, and focus on the good stuff. So I love it. What are the pro cons of 3 to 5 day TD versus 7 to 14? 7 to 14 doesn't move as much. Doesn't move. I don't get the move I want basically with 7 to 14. When I'm scalping, when I'm day trading, 7 to 14 doesn't give me the returns I want. The risk reward is a little too low. I want a little more return for my risk. 3 to 5 is a great straddle. It's a great. I don't want to use the word straddle. That might give you the wrong idea. 3 to 5 DTE is the good balance of risk to reward. When I get a good profitable move, it gives me the money I want. When it goes against me, it matters at the downside how I want. 7 to 14 is a little too little. 1 for 1 today, Dirty Dusty. Awesome stuff, man. You are killing it. Absolutely killing it. Proud of you. Proud of you. If y'all don't know, Dirty Dusty was making some rough trades and wasn't doing so hot, and we trimmed a few things up, gave him a little advice, tweaked the things here, and he's been absolutely killing it the past week and a half. He's been absolutely blasting it. So congrats to Dirty Dusty. I'm proud of you. That's exactly the type of growth I want to see. Learn from your mistakes, change things, don't gripe about it, don't pitter-patter about it, and make some money. Great stuff. Sorry if you already answered this, but I'm curious as to what airframe I fly. I don't talk about it just because, OPSEC concerns. So yeah, but yeah, it's a great career. Am I right? Options do. I bet OM can pull off a real life Rendezvous. I don't know what that is. If I see this break R4 under conviction, I will look at taking some calls. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, hold on here. I like this tech. Tech I think is going to bounce here. I might enter a call. I might take a call here. I think this is going to pop. Tech here is blasting out the top here. All we need is a little green here on XLF to make this thing run. All we need is a little green here on XLF to make this thing run because Tech is going crazy right now. SPY is right up here on R4. We need to break R4 to really come up here. Do you think this is being led by Apple event today? I think this is a whole tech wide. It's not just Apple, it's beast mode. Nvidia is running right now. Facebook's up high. Amazon has been doing its thing, although it gave a little bit back. Microsoft is climbing up. Tech overall is very high. But look at Apple. Apple's going nuts right now. So, yes, I am, Greg. Yes, I am. That's why I'm saying XLF has been a little downside here. We're right at XLF is at VWAP and it corresponds with POC, which POC is hard. So I'm having a lot of conviction here on a bounce. So I think entering a call here might pay off, and I'll be watching to jump into a position here. How much capital did you begin trading with when you first began your options trading career? I started out with 25 grand, and I beast moded up to 58,000, and then I hit the gas pedal back down to 2,000. Good stuff. Classic WSB, that's right. All right, look at that big green here on the Qs, and we're climbing up right there. Interesting action. Interesting action. So I want this to break R2, R4 under conviction here, and we'll come on up. With a $25,000 account, do you approximate 10 to 20% in each trade, risking 2% of your account? Back then, back then I was an idiot. With my $25,000 account back then, I was YOLOing, and I got lucky twice. I YOLO'd my account 100%, and I got on some stupid biotechs, and I got lucky. And I thought that was the way to do it. That's the way to big money. I can't wait to show my friends how big of a trader I am when I show up in my new Mercedes Benz because I've been YOLOing, baby. Well, y'all know what happened. Y'all know what happened. If XLF does play ball, though, you're going to have a massive uptick. If XLF plays ball here along with XLK, in fact, you know what? I might take a call here. I think this is going to be it. We're blasting through R4. VIX bonds, XLF. Stand by here. I'll tell you the story. Let me figure out this trade, and we'll go from there. I had a limit order in 1070. I didn't hit send though, but it didn't get in, so I'm still waiting to see if I can get in this position. SPY's big green candles right there. I think you're looking at the wrong things, Bob. The wrong deltas. I adjusted the watch list in OM plays, so take a look at that for my watch list on SPX. And add $1 to the SPYs. All right, there's a green candle finally on that QQQ as well. Popping up here. And yeah, there's a nice healthy green candle. Man, look at that. Look at that. Massive green. Is that a lighter sign? No, it's my, I have a aluminum cup. So look at that. So look, yeah, XLF finally plays ball. A little bit of green there. XLK, look at that. Holy crap. Tech is just going crazy right now. Absolutely beast mode. Absolutely beast mode. Nope, I put in a limit order and it didn't get filled. So, yep, that's why. Yep, that's right, Carrie. That's right. I'll answer those questions. Let me figure out this market right here, and we'll get into a trade. I don't want to miss too much of this here. So, yeah, I had a limit order in at 1070, 1080 on SPX. Didn't miss it, or missed that. Didn't get filled, and we're up here. So. I think there's still plenty of room for a trade. We were trading right in between R3 and R4. Levels working beautifully. Blasted on through. R5 shouldn't be too big of a deal if we do get some huge umph here. All right, now it's time to play some Scott Stapp. All right, man, look at that green candle. Awesome stuff. Awesome, awesome stuff. Took 11%. Nice thick mass. Well done. Took another 12%. Now I'm really done. 4 for 4. Gordon, nicely stuff. Nice stuff. Awesome stuff. Took 50%. Nice, Ricardo. Awesome. 45% win. Awesome. Y'all are absolutely killing it. 3 for 3, Thick Mass. Well done. Man, the room is killing it. Every single day. I love to see it. Y'all are absolutely killing it. Way to go. All right. Qs are still green there. XLF is still green there. SPY still climbing up. And let's see how this little wick shakes out. What was the time to jump in calls? Back down here before, when you saw this big jump up in Qs and XLF, that was a high confidence play. I put my order in, didn't get filled, and I elected not to chase that. So, yeah, buddy, I'll take it all day long, though. Y'all are doing awesome, though. Well done. Keep it up. Keep it up. 31% win. Do I scale out of position? Yes, I do. I scale out. Works out pretty well. You got to be careful with that, Michael. You got to be careful. With this type of day like today, you have to watch what's going on in the market, and everything right now is saying up, 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 at least for the time being. Going into the last half of the week, next week, that's a different story. But today, the first part of the week, we're going to see some bullish action here. So, yeah. You're welcome, DMAC. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. First 7% winner forever. Nice, JB. Played the break R4, made my losses back on the failed R2. These levels do hit. Yeah, they do, Robin. They do, right? They do. You know what else hits? BHE's designs custom American wooden flags. If y'all interested in a custom American flag, or any other flag for that matter, for your office, hit up BHE Design, the Robin. He's in the Discord. Does makes awesome, awesome products. I've got pictures of it in the Discord. Nice big green candle. Seamless shout out. I do what I can. I do what I can. With scaling out, what profits do you take X amount of profit? It all depends. It all depends on where I see the levels start to consolidate. If I start to see a little consolidation, Robin, if you want to post your link, go ahead. If I see a little consolidation of price here, and I think there might be a potential of a failure rejection, I'll take a position off. And there's not really a set amount. I don't want to like. Sometimes it's half, sometimes it's 25%. It all depends on what I want to do and my confidence in the play. At 5% wins today, slowly but sure. That's right, Jason. Nice, healthy green candles here. The Qs are doing great. XLF is finally rebounding here as well, and XLK, man, awesome stuff. Let's look at everything else. Let's see what else is doing here. XLP climbing, XLB's down. RE is trying to climb back up here, and utilities climb back up. So market wide little climb here. Market climb, little climb. How do I open an account, please? Someone should help. Well, it depends on really what your experience level is. If you want to start out with a free trade Webull, you can, but there's a couple of different pros and cons to that. But there's a whole bunch of different types of there's a whole bunch of options, a whole bunch of different options, by the way. So I use E-Trade. You got Webull, no commissions. You've got Robinhood, obviously. I think Robinhood's a dumpster fire, but if you want to get started, so be it. All depends on what you're looking for. Spud asks, when you scale out of position, do you log those as multiple trades? I average them down. If you look at my trading log, on the notes section, I've got average price on the ones that I do because I average them out. And I've got a little calculator where all I do is put in my entries and it spits out my average price. Plus, I actually correlate that with my E-Trade, so I make sure I'm actually getting the right accurate data to put in my trading log, and goes from there. I treat them as one trade to say all that. Yellow and blue dots are the morning session range, and that is a custom indicator created by Veteran Exotics, who's a trader in the community that I trust very, very much. Yeah, I don't believe you can do an E-Trade from outside of foreign countries. So, is there a chance I can get one with the OM logo? Don't ask me that. I did have my guitar in a stand, but I've got to re-put it up. I got one of those. I got a wall mount for it. So, can you make one that says "I trade only SPY"? Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah. Can I swing trade, or is your channel? We do day trades, but we do discuss swing trades when this market supports that kind of play. Yes. When you went back down to 2,000, I'm still watching the market here. How did you get over that mentality? Maybe one day I'll hear OM play the guitar. Fat chance. Fat chance. Yeah, I'm not. I will scare away all of my supporters if I play and sing for you all. So let's see here. Yeah. So in a nutshell, and we'll discuss this later, a little later here, but in a nutshell, yeah, I lost $56,000 in 48 hours. That was fun. I put 100% position size into a biotech with the help of margin. So that's why I'm very, very much against using margin. I think it's a terrible idea. So I had a $58,000 account. Or sorry, I had 50. I built up $58,000, and then I used margin to take a $100,000 play on one single biotech. They had no drugs in their portfolio. They had one drug in the works from the FDA, and that drug was rejected. And I lost $56,000 in 2 days. Big green candle here. Let's see. XLF. Stand by one. I've done enough gabbing today and missing my plays. Let's take a look. Q's right there. SPY is jumping up. Once we hit all-time highs again, how will you set resistances? There's no way to do that. There's no way to do that. Uh, at that point, it's a guessing game. Yes, you can guess on upper levels, but there's no data to base anything on, so it's your best guess. And we'll take some educated guesses, but they're not going to be as high confidence as what we see here. However, I don't foresee us churning on past all-time highs for very much longer. We may do it again, but it's not going to be blasting like we did the past 18 months, 20 months. Not yet, Mike. Not yet. I've missed 2 entries. So it's been a very frustrating day for me as a trader, but I'm glad you all are making some great trades. It's not going to be bearish today. We might have some consolidation phases, but right now we are. Yep, there'll be soft levels for sure. Do you get bad market orders on E-Trade? No, I don't. No. What I was being greedy on my fills. That's an example. Being greedy on my fills just cost me a lot of money because I was trying to scalp the I was trying to snipe the bid as low as I could, and I missed it. And here we go. Yet, is there a sentiment poll? No, that's a good idea. So, all right. Let me post this here. I'm just going to post a sentiment poll in the room. Get your idea what you want to do. There you go. Posted. All right, finally, I got my limit fill here on these strikes. We'll see how this thing works out. Out calls 25%, 26%. Hey, y'all watch out. We're still having some big action here, so chill out there. When the play actually happens, don't be getting out when the play finally happens. All right. So we'll see how this thing continues to chug along. Made 30% on one, waiting on the other. Nice stuff. Awesome stuff. 12% on that. Great stuff. Love to see it. XLF is beast mode climbing here. XLK's got this big bounce off of their 8 EMA, and SPY is filling that green candle to the top, heading on up to R5. I love to see it. Do I think SPY could hit 450 by the end of November? No. So I love to see it. XLF is climbing up. SPY is climbing up. Big green fill of that green candle here and following up there. There's not diamond hands. It's just no one wanting to hold it. There's a difference between diamond hands and being a smart investor that holds on to a winning play and knowing when to rally. Big increasing buying volume there. Big pop up in price action. XLF is there. And look at that big green candle climbing up. And man, I'd love to see it. Holy crapola. Great stuff. Let's test R5, baby. Let's test 05. Or R5, I'm sorry. Old me would have been out already. I love to see it. There's 1510. There's 1535. And let's go. Would I close at R5? Yes. I will consider, and I won't close. I will scale out at R5 at least. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and take a position now off the table. Because that is a nice, nice, nice win. Stand by here. That thing's still going. Oh, nice. I got that. Holy crap. God, I love to see it. Man, I love this job. Best job in the freaking world. 400 bucks profit right there. Nice Vic T. Love it. Do you personally move your stops up? Yes, I do, as I'm monitoring the trade. Yes, I do, as I'm monitoring the trade. And we're still climbing, still holding half the position. I just closed half for a fantastic win. And we're climbing back up. And that's the thing, man. There's a difference. See, there's a difference between what we just did. Right here, I just bought a position in the middle of the range on a position up. Some people might say it's FOMO. Well, it all depends on the volume. Big increase in volume. And then, more important than that, the underlyings are supporting a bullish move. XLF, look at that. XLK, would you look at that? XLV, would you look at that? Look at it. All this stuff. XLY. All the underlyings are telling me this baby's going up, which tells me no more FOMO, baby. It's time to jump in and make some money. And this is called smart investing. This is what I'm trying to teach you all what to do. John, I save these R levels for my Patreon subscribers as part of one of the perks of being a Patreon is that you get these levels. So come over and join the Patreon. Get these levels, learn from us. More importantly, I've done very well today already. The room is killing it. They're making more money than me. You know why? Because they've learned how to do this. They don't need someone to call out plays for them. They learn how to do this on their own, and I love it. I love it. I love it. QQQ is beasting up here. XLF. Look at that big green candle in XLF, and look at this beautiful, beautiful green level. I may have to form an R6. The first time I'd have to form an R6. 44.7% win. Nice, David. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. 1580 I got on these calls at 1590. 34.6%. Nice, Lester. Nice. Love to see it. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Ooh, a little back pop there. I got my standing desk. Good stuff. 1460. Out 37% fly. Nicely stuff. And Lee Rat is taking his position off the play. Let's look at what's going on. This little red candle forming. XLF, XL, there's QQQ. And I did the same thing. Standby 1. All right. Play is posted there. Hey, this guy's back. I keep having to delete this guy. Okay, here we go. If anybody wants hot girls and boys video chat, you can visit that website of the girl who just the guy that just posted on my YouTube. Love it. All right, Miss Both Rocket Ship said, "Hey, you got an 8%er. 8% is 8%. I like it. You're very, very welcome. You're very welcome, David. That made me giggle. 44.7% win, 56% win, 53% win. I love to see it. Hey, y'all do me a favor. If you like what you see, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Join us every day, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, as we learn how to trade the smart and responsible and consistent way. I promise you, I will not lead you astray. My trading life has been changed since focusing 100% on SPY. Super appreciate Options Millionaire and everything else going on in the chat. You're very welcome. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you taking the time to be in here. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. 20% profit. Yeah, thanks. Awesome stuff, Harp. Man, you're killing it. 38% at first run up, 49% on second one. Lee Rat, another 5% overall portfolio gain. Dude, man, Lee Rat is, man, awesome stuff. Y'all are absolutely killing it. Y'all make me happy. Y'all make me happy. Closed half at 150%. Dude, we not like this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. 30%, 32.5%. Have I ever traded crypto? Yes, I have. 52. America with a 52% win. Yeah, so back in the back in the winter time, I bought crypto at I bought Ethereum at 1300, sold it at 1550, somewhere around there. I bought Bitcoin in the 30s, sold in the 50s. That was my one and only forte into crypto. However, I am in the works of getting back into crypto. I want to start adding some crypto into my long-term portfolio. 14 trading days. Look, Lee Rat in 14 days, 68% win rate, 40.39 overall return. People call me out. You know, I posted that YouTube video, double my portfolio in 4 months. People called me out. I don't believe you. I'm skeptical. But look at Lee Rat. 14 days, 40% return in 14 days. I did it in 4 months, a little over 4.5 months. It took me to double my portfolio. It's possible. And you do not have to YOLO. You do not have to YOLO. I did it on 8% position size average. 8% average position size. Keno out with 30%. I got a break at R4 out of the first red candle. Looks like killed most of my gains on 2DTE. Yeah, the shorter stuff is going to do that. Definitely joining the Patreon next month. 40% profit. Nice, Luis. Awesome stuff. Tell your friends. Tell your friends. It's a great community. You should have Lee Rat on the podcast. I absolutely would. Absolutely would. Close the rest at 14, by the way. There we go. Couple of contracts. Very, very small position in the event that it ran. Awesome, awesome stuff. Man, I love starting out the day with a gain like that, although it's already been half the morning. 8% on one trade. Nice. Keep calm. Done for the day. Love to see it. Love to see it. A little 13% gain for me there. I will take it all day long, baby. How high do I think SPY will go? I think we're reaching the upper end of the upper bounds of SPY today. I think we're reaching it. We may not have gotten there already. Obviously, that does not take into account the last dirty 30 of the day. Dirty 30 does what it wants. But in normal trading hours, I think we pretty much reached the max R5. We come up here and touched R5, which, by the way, look at the accuracy of the levels today. R3 consolidation, R4 consolidation, R5 just under it. I'm extremely happy with these levels once again. This is like 2 weeks in a row that we are absolutely destroying the levels. Love to see it. I need to learn to trade SPY. Played puts and lost tons of money. Well, come join us, Juan. Come join us. Michael says this is super impressive what y'all are doing. We'll have to go through your educational series. Let me know if you got any questions. Michael will be happy to help you. Do you have an Excel sheet to track your win rate? Yes, I do. I have a custom built Excel sheet that simple yet effective, tracks all the data points that I want. So yeah, I might have to wait until I can day trade before I join. Unfortunately, can't wait to join. Awesome stuff. Let me know, Rockin'. When you are ready, we'll be here for you. Natalia, I couldn't help you there. I've never used Thinkorswim. Unfortunately, I couldn't help. If there's somebody here that they might be able to help out Natalia there, but well, you don't have to get. If you have a cash account, Rockin', you can do since options close out one day. There's 1 day closeout. You can, if you've got a $10,000 account, you can trade 10 times as long as it's $1,000. It's like you can do $10,000 trades. So just make sure you have a cash account for there. If you think this is the upper limit, it's going hand in puts without a good idea. I'm not going to play puts until I see an overall breakdown of the market. I want a new trend to form before I start playing puts, me personally. I'm new here. Why some days live stream, some days audio? Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I do live streams on YouTube. I also do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, the voice stream for Patreon. But on Tuesdays and Thursdays, when I'm not doing the YouTube, I'll do the Patreon voice stream. Sandry with an 83% win. You're very welcome, Sandry. 14% for Big Mo. I like it, Big Mo. Y'all are absolutely killing it. Love the 1 day settlement with options, for sure. For sure. Once again, if y'all want to be a part of the community, there is a link. Come join us, have a little fun, learn a little something along the way, and let's make some money together. Lee Rat says, I got a great exit on that too. Was approaching R4, so at a slight pullback. These levels help so much. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad it is helping y'all. Do I trade full time? Yes, I do. I have the pleasure of flying night times for the Air Force, so I can trade during the day. Love what I do. Love what I do. So, time for me to do some homework now. It's awesome, Lee Rat. I've elected that I am going to close off the tier 3s for Patreon on November 1st. It's getting to the point where it's stretching my time resources. I love helping everybody, because you get two each conversations with me, one-on-one conversations per month, and we're getting to the point we're getting so many of them that I just don't have the time. So I'm after October 1st, I'm going to shut it down and just people that are already there, let them do it. And then on December 1st, if enough people have rotated out, I'll let more people in. So when do I sleep? I don't. I haven't slept since Friday. So our Night Stalker. I am a Night Stalker. If it partially fills and sell my order, do I still lose money? What do you mean? If I partially fill my sell order, do I still lose money? I mean, it all depends on your average sell price. That's a great point, Jay Stewart. Let me get it. Let's see here. What we don't want to do is go chasing waterfalls. You know what? I'm going to do an updated watch list all around here. Bear with me one second. I'm forming a new watch list. Based on volume, based on that. Okay, okay, that's good. I love winning with y'all. It's the best feeling in the world. I always thought trading by myself in my office for 10 years was fun until I discovered this public trading with you all. And man, it is so much fun. I love sharing y'all's wins and helping y'all when y'all lose. It's a great feeling. Bam! New watch list posted in OM Plays. Looking to do whatever I am, getting closer to the time to jump into real estate. Love it, Hayden. I love it. Love your attitude. Love your positivity. I love having you here. Would it be helpful to make levels pre-market together via choice? Yeah, we'll do that. How about we do that tomorrow? We'll do that tomorrow. I'm going to make a note here in my journal. Dear journal, ABC Trades says I need to do this pre-market. Let's see here. All right, yeah. So tomorrow we'll do that live together. See if we could talk through that. Just joined. Feel like I know you for years. Let's make. Oh, thanks, Immortal. I'll take that as a compliment. You just helped me keep money on SPY call I took Friday for today. Nice. Awesome, Crab. I like it. I'm glad I could help you. Do I use pivot points indicator? Yes, I do. See these white numbers? Those are pivots. Hide user. I'm done for the day. Excellent. Hold on, I just missed that. What happened? Where'd it go? I'm done for the day. Excellent day. All right. Thanks, Jeffrey. Appreciate you being here. Seeing you later. Well done. How long are your one-on-one coaching session last? Anywhere from, I mean, as long as you need, really. I can't really go more than an hour because I do have a lot going on, but I usually keep them to about an hour at the most. But it's really what you need. And I will allow, sometimes I'll allow more than two if you want to jump on for a quick 5 minute like tidy up here thing, that's fine. But I'm here to help. I'm not gonna like stick it to you in terms of it's got to be an hour. I mean, I'm here to help, so that's why I'm here. YouTube just recommended the video material for me. Oh, cool. That's awesome to know. That's good. Thanks for letting me know. That helps me figure out what's going on with all the technical side of YouTube. So, how easy will it be to learn option trading? Well, I want to be careful using the word easy because I don't want to give any indication. I don't want to give any uh, false promises that this is easy because it's not. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of emotional toll on you. Like you got to use how to do it. However, what I offer that's different from everybody else is a realistic approach. Like I'm not going to promise you millions of dollars. I'm not going to promise you illusions of grandeur. I'm not going to promise you anything other than the realistic approach that's helped me over 10 years. It's helped me become very successful. So some people don't like it. It's not sexy enough, but that's what I'm trying to offer. Other than the two conversations, what else is the difference between tier 2 and 3? That is it. And then if you're tier 3, I'll help plug your business if you've got a business, but that's pretty much it. Yeah. So, do you recommend using a VPN while trading from home? It will interfere with trading. I use a VPN. It doesn't interfere with my trading. Hey, Wem, how come you use a margin account if you say you don't use it or like it? I've just always had a margin account. I created one way back in the day when I had the resources for it, and I've always had it. So, OM, can I sign up for tier 3 on November 1st? Yes. Shoot me a DM though. Yeah, that'll be fine. DMAX says, "Holy cow! Stepped away after took a 33% profit. This ripped it all the way to the next level." Yeah, it did. It did. But hey, 33% is still amazing. Iceman, great question. So the pivots, if you're looking at the stream, are the white pivot points. Those are based on price action, and my levels are based on obviously volume, so it's a little bit different. There you go, Nigel. Great explanation. Better than what I said. 29.4% profit. Nice, Lester Wire. Lester Wire is killing it too. How do I know which tier I am currently on? Well, I mean, there's a couple of different ways. Let me know. Is Nightfrog your Discord name as well? Just signed up for super options there. What is the best place to start? So first, make sure you link your Discord account with your Patreon account, and then restart your Discord. Open it back up, and your username should be gold in color now, and then you should have access to all the Patreon exclusive channels. Hey, Mark, thank you very much. Appreciate the super chat there. Thank you very much for joining. I appreciate that greatly and supporting the community. I hope you were able to learn something, make a little money along the way. So I'm very happy to help you make some money and learn a little something along the way. I appreciate that greatly. Black Frog. Okay, let me take a look here. I'll look it up for you. All right, little consolidation here at 446. I'm not finding that in there, so I'll have to look in here a second. Yeah, shoot me a DM on Discord if you don't mind. Okay. Holy crap, I have a lot of DMs. I'm gonna have to hire a secretary. You are tier 2, Nightfrog. You're tier 2. Yep, so we're right in the middle between R4 and R5. I'm gonna elect not to take a play here. We're right in the middle. I've made great money today, so I'm happy. I'm not going to risk anything until I see a high confidence setup. I don't have a high confidence setup at the moment. XLF, kind of on this downtrend, but it's bounced off of VWAP twice now, almost, and let's see if it does it a third time. XLK now is still climbing up very hard. The top 8, if I had to guess, we're going to have, unless Apple unrolls something that's ridiculous, I think we're going to have a sell the news event on Apple. And I think Tesla, going into the last half of the week, I think we're going to start to see a retracement of Tesla because of profit taking, so be careful there. SPY is currently up 446.47 and we'll be waiting. What is on the Discord server is worth joining? I'll let other people answer that. It's easy for me to plug my own Discord. I'll let other people answer that question for me. Which TradingView level plan do I have? I have the Pro Plus. Now I'm going to go spend it at Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is delicious. Delicious. They just spent 4 months, 5 months renovating the Chick-fil-A, completely gutting it, rebuilding it, and it opened up, 3 weeks ago? Still haven't been able to get it. Every single day from open until close, the line is wrapped around the building twice. Still can't get any Chick-fil-A. Now let me some Chick-fil-A. What is the biggest difference between the NQ, and the meat and potatoes and the Nasdaq? They're the futures. I just the Nasdaq futures there trades day and night, 24/5. What do you have on your watch list? I'll show you. All right, there's my watch list if you want to take a look at it. Little green candle here on SPY, the QQQ there, popping up again. XLF, downtrending. What are the bonds doing? Bonds are kind of trading flat in this little sideways flag. Voice is starting to get a little rough. I'm talking a lot. Yeah, rates are trading flat here. Raising Cane's, man, I remember Raising Cane's when I used to live in Louisville. I spent some time in Louisville. I remember Raising Cane's up there. Do you share your own main SPY chart? I mean, I share what you see here. You talking about the setup, like the link to the setup? Is that what you mean? Hopped on YouTube to send you a like and to say Discord is well worth it. Oh, thanks, BHE. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. I pay $10 a month to make a whole lot more than that. The price, it's worth the price of doing business. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate y'all. What's the minimum capital requirement to do options trading? Some people do it with $200. Some people do it with $200,000. It all depends on what you want to do. Anyone can do it. Is a $10 price on tier one ever going to go away? Not in the near future. I mean, I don't anticipate. I already changed it once. I don't plan on changing that for a long time. I think it's a fair price for both of us. It's me personally, I want to offer a product that's mutually beneficial. That they have that saying in business: you can shear a sheep 1,000 times, but you can only skin a sheep once. And if I'm not going to gouge y'all, I'm not going to charge y'all a lot. I think $10 is a fair price for both you and me. So there, I'll probably keep it there. 446.66, nice green candle here off of the 8 EMA. Qs are bouncing up. Look at new highs on Qs. Let me look at taking calls here. I'll bring the new SPX watch list up that I posted in the room. Actually, I'm going to adjust it just one more time. Justin, man, Justin's been killing it, dude. Justin hit 5 trades, 26%, 7%, 2%, 33%, and he's currently in puts. Awesome, awesome plays. Y'all are absolutely killing it. I love to see the success in the room. I love to see it. How do I calculate R levels? It's a good question. Oh, thanks, VorFX. Appreciate that. Yeah, hold on, David. I will post my TradingView link for you all to view. There you go. Friendly Neighborhood Snowman says, Homie is immensely educational. Definitely a champion of retail traders. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Means a lot to me. I'm greatly humbled by y'all's support. All right, if XLF bounces off the 8 or there are VWAP here, which seems to be the trend, we could get some upwards mobility, especially with this little green pop on Qs. I've got my calls pulled up, ready to go. All I got to do is hit send, and I'm in the position. I'm not going to be as greedy like I was right here, because that's what made me miss out. I mean, there's no telling what the gain would have been on that. So I'm not going to be greedy here. I'm going to put my bid about 20 cents. I'm going to put my limit above about 20 cents above the bid. If I see a big pop on XLF, I'll throw in a bid, and we'll go from there. Y'all know me. If you've been following me for a while, out of principle, the second, third, fourth, fifth trade I make in a day is sequentially smaller, smaller, smaller. Rarely will I turn up the position size as I go deeper into my trades because, and I only do that if I see a high confidence play, which doesn't happen all that often. So, and that's the way for me. That's the way for me to lock in profits for the day. There you go, 24-hour water damage company. You know what that makes me think of? Seeing 24-hour damage water company or water damage company. You know what it makes me miss? The Department of Car Stereo Repair. He's been gone for like 3 months. Devin says, "Oh, I'm very interested in Tier 3. Just wanted to ask how much time we get with you. You get 2 1-hour sessions a month. And then if you kind of need a 5-minute, 10-minute here and there, I'll throw that on there. That's fine. But that's what I'm saying. It's getting to the point where I'm going to have to lock down the Tier 3 because I won't. If I continue to allow more people to flow into the Tier 3, I won't be able to give the people that signed up quality time because I do have 3 kids. I do have a family life I need to maintain. So it's getting to the point where I'm going to have to cut it off soon. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to meet my commitments. So, and I sure as crap don't want to do that. What's the best way to learn how to establish and educate myself on and get up to speed? I would encourage you to watch all my videos. If I'm being honest, the 91% video, the main flagship video I posted way back in April, is outdated. I've since kind of shifted my strategy a little bit, so I would, don't necessarily watch that one. Watch all my stuff on my educational channel. Go into my educational playlist and watch that. That's all right, Justin. That's all right. You let me know when you jump on. We'll make it happen. All right, Q's popping new highs. XLF is popping up. All right, I got my fill. I put my 20 cents above bid, and I got my fill there. So, yeah, let's see how this thing works. I'm going to post this in the room. Coming back down on break even, though, so I'm going to watch this closely. SPX, I want to make that known. SPX. There we go. All right. Up 5% overall, Trav. That's brilliant, man. Awesome stuff. Well done. Hi, what chart is that? This is the SPY chart. All right, nice big green candle here coming up. FQs are kind of beast mode. New highs on the Qs. New session highs, not all time. XLF is trying to bounce off VWAP for the 3rd time today. Nice, healthy green candle climbing up. I freaking love to see it. Let's see if we can go. Let's see if we can go. Dad MVP. That's the goal. If you're not a dad MVP, then you're not going to be an MVP of much else. So it's all about the family. It's all about the family. I have an incredibly supportive, amazing, beautiful wife, and I've got 3 incredible kids. So I'm pretty blessed. 446.85. Nice W dog. Well done today. Qs are trying to beast mode up. XLF is climbing. Bam. Good stuff. Y'all killing it. All right, so this call is doing pretty good. I like this call. I like this call. We're climbing back up here. I got $10. I got my 6% right there. I'm inclined to close a portion as we're still climbing up there. XLF is there. Okay, I'm going to start. See here, we got a clean bounce X. Now, this is once again to follow on from Friday. Hold on. I'm going to close half this here, take my position because I like the way this thing's going. This is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. What was I saying? What was I saying? I completely forgot what I was saying. Completely lost my train of thought. Anyway, yeah, great win right there. I'll take it. 446.86. In fact, I might go ahead and close the rest of this. We'll see. I just closed half that position. 2 strong plays in the day. I'll take it. Got me a little 8% win. Nice SDC. Took the rest there. Okay. I'm out completely of that position. I like it. A little 9% win after following up with a 13% win. All day long, baby. All day long. Is TD Ameritrade a good broker? I've heard TD Ameritrade is very good. I've never used it. I use E-Trade, but I've heard TD Ameritrade was great. Amazon was great today. $3,400. You're right. Amazon was fantastic. Out for 6%. Nice going the distance. New here. Where can I tune into the voice server that is live? Someone direct him. Someone direct him. 4% on the green. Oh, nice lumpy cat. Awesome stuff. Waiting to get one final call in to get to R5. 5% on Harp. Nicely done. Y'all are killing it. Love to see it. Man. Unbelievable trades. Unbelievable trades. 2 5%ers from Michael. Good stuff. How do I calculate the R levels? It's a custom thing that I do. I based it on pivots and volume, and I take an average price of certain pivots and levels that are high confidence plays for me. And it's just something I've kind of narrowed down and dialed in over the course of a couple of years, and they're working out pretty dang well. So hard to beat Thinkorswim. That's what I've heard. Jabba says, just joined the Patreon overtrade today, but looking forward to continuing tomorrow morning. Thanks for being here, Jabba. Awesome stuff. Yeah. Thank you for joining the community as well. Let's get together and learn a little something, man. I've been matching my own salary just doing morning trades because of what you've taught, all while working full time. Awesome, Brian. That's a fantastic way to think. Fantastic way to think. One of the things I used to do back in the day is when I was first starting out is I took my daily salary. I took my yearly salary that I was making at the time. I added a slight increase in pay, like I'm paying myself a bonus. Then I added in my yearly cost, my yearly contributions to 401k, what that cost was. Plus, I added in my cost of health insurance. I took those amounts, I divided it up into a yearly rate. I think 280 business days. I took that and I divided it up into how many trading days I had, and it spit out a number, a dollar amount that I need to make every day to do this full time. That's what I want to do way back in the day. I think it's a fantastic way to do it. Now, some people forget about the 401k and the health insurance because if you plan on doing this full time, you have to account for growth. You can't just account for, well, I'm just going to make money to pay for my living. You can't do that. You have to account for funding your retirement accounts. You have to, like a retirement, whatever investment accounts you have to do. So, and if you're going to use day trading as your income, day trading is your job, and you have to fund your retirement accounts. You have to fund your health insurance, all that stuff. I believe so too. I think we've reached the high of the day, or at least the high of the dirty 30 day. Blaze Traders 2 for 2 finally joined the Patreon. Thank you for joining, Blaze. Appreciate that. Let me know if you got any questions. I don't talk about my position size, or I don't talk about my account size, Michael, but it varies. I mean, sometimes I've traded as low as 2 SPX contracts. Sometimes I've traded as much as 40 SPX contracts. It all depends on my personal risk tolerance. Mind Your Mind says, how do you take the trades this fast, this faster? What do you mean? I've been matching my own salary. Okay, we already talked about that. Do you go live at open? Yes, I do. For Patreoners, I go about 5-6 minutes prior to open, and for YouTube's, it's about 1 or 2 minutes before. Yep, 30-30 is the last 30 minutes. So just below R5, we rejected. Does T1 subscription give you access to the stream? Yes, it does. So T1 gives you access to the streams. It gives you access to the trading levels, my plays, and the Making Millionaires podcast. So all the 4 big things. So what were your beginner trading days like? Gambling, YOLOing, extreme emotional swings, screaming at the screen, and then being euphorically happy when I won. All over the place, and I hated it. And it cost me. It cost me. I lost a lot of money very quickly. And then, once I did that, and I did my 1 month long pity party, I was never going to trade again. I got back up on the horse. I started putting a little more funding into the account, and I told myself, I am going to learn how to do this. Very small trading, very small position sizes. I started reducing the amount of mistakes I made, and over the course of 3 years, I became a consistent trader. Consistent trader. All right, looking. Do I trade futures contracts? Yes, I do. I trade them in pre-market hours. The fact that you're focused on SPY is what's selling me on this. So nice, Michael. It sold me on that too when I discovered this system way back in the day. So it completely changed my life in terms of how I was an investor. What's the best contracts to buy? No. I never. Well, me personally, I never trade zero DTEs. Never. I trade at the very minimum. Rarely I'll trade 1 days. Most of the time it's 3 to 5. Sometimes I'll trade 2 days. Like today, I traded 2 days. But yeah, never trade zero. Just got back from buying honey, and I got a 20% gain. Nice, Blaze. Delicious honey too. I like it. I felt like doing it. I wanted to take a little more risk, Chris. My confidence with these levels is starting to grow and grow, so I wanted to take a play on some calls. I tried to get into a play before the big rocket this morning, but I didn't get my fill. But yeah, I just wanted to. I know that's not a technical answer, but yeah, just want to. Night Frog, yeah, early trading career, heart palpitations. Thank you again for the super chat. So shout out to Night Frog, man. Yeah, early trading career probably took off 2 or 3 years off my lifespan for the heart palpitations and the crazy stuff. So, well, what are my reasons for trading futures in pre-market? Well, one, because you can actually trade options, futures options in pre-market. You can't with SPY or SPX. And two, there's no PDT rule, so it doesn't affect PDT. So it allows me to trade. It gives me more options, some pun intended, to trade longer and trade more. If I see that there's a move about to be made at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll trade. It gives me that option too. Yeah, Michael, the problem with zero DTEs is that if you're wrong, you're really wrong, and it smokes you. And you could be up 30% on a zero DTE call in one red candle and you're in the negative. It's too volatile for me. You have to be so precise with your entries that it's not really conducive to long-term consistency because you have to be so accurate, and not many people can maintain, myself included, cannot maintain that level of accuracy with zero DTEs. That's why I encourage you to draw away from those. Pluto just says, just subscribe on Patreon. Look forward to making smarter, more consistent trade. Hey, I look forward to having you. Trust me, I completely understand the allure to zero DTEs. I get it. But you like even when you're with your personal finances, with your everyday life, with your investing, you have to account for risk. And most people do not bring risk into the equation. And when you trade zero DTEs, you're not really accounting for risk. You're not really asking yourself, what happens when I'm wrong? Especially if you bring in too big of position sizes. What happens if you take a too big a position size on a zero DTE and you're wrong? And then you don't set a stop, and then you're looking at a massive loss. So zero DTEs to me, the risk reward is not just like I said, the 7 to 14 DTE, the risk reward is too low. The zero DTE is too high. So I want to do something that's in the middle that balances risk reward. Seeing a 10-cent contract to go over $1, yeah, absolutely. But what about a 10-cent contract going to 1 cent and you've lost the 90% of your money? So come on with this web chats guy. That's right, Sret. That's right. I'm telling you, you will enjoy your life so much better if you go for a peanut butter spread, nice, nice even equity curve, longer DTEs. I promise you. Do you have to set up anything special with E-Trade to trade futures? You have to apply for a futures account. Any big news for the day? The big thing for me pre-market was that the global bond market is starting to sell off, and China is starting to have some real problems with inflation and with their housing development, with their housing market. I think the Chinese market is on the precipice of a major devaluation, which will affect our markets. But the biggest thing that really people are focused on is the Apple event, which to me is not really an event, but the retail community eats it up. Do you log your commissions and fees? Switching to us as many profits shaving off by fees. I do, but they're not really all that much. Like the futures have a little more fees, sure, but SPX, we're talking like 15 or 20 bucks, 30 bucks, and $40 in commissions. I'm not really worried. Yeah, I do log them obviously because I want an accurate balance, but I don't really worry about them all that much. All right, look at this little green pop here. Qs popping up here, XLF. This is another example, by the way. Usually I sign off at 11 o'clock Eastern. Now we're here. It's 12:08, and I'm still on because I like the play action is not all that bad. So that's why I'm still hanging out here with y'all. We might need an R6. I think we might need an R6. Yeah. I'm talking about commissions, because we're talking 50 cents a trade or 50 cents a contract. You know, when I'm trading SPX, I'm not really worried if I'm trying to hit my percentage. I'm not really worried about $30 or $40 in commissions, and it's different for different people. Nicholas said, "Good afternoon. Had to get off for a bit and a few things done with the kids in school." Yes, I did. I took 2 trades. I made 13% win and a 9% win. You said some videos were outdated. The educational chapters, they go back 5 months. The only one that's really outdated is my flagship video, that 91%er. I still use all of those indicators except for a few of them. I still use them obviously, but like I'm trying to push volume. I'm trying to push really these levels and support, not necessarily technical indicators. So when I first made that video, I was new to the being I guess what you call an online influencer, whatever you call this is, whatever this is. And I was trying to best as I could learn how to put my system into words, and I did. I think I did a pretty good job, but it didn't fully encompass everything I'm doing. So that's why one of the reasons I try to create that update video, as well as I'm still releasing weekly educational videos. No, don't never apologize, man. We're here to learn, so ask questions. Ask questions. Did you play the bounce off R line or break above? I played the bounce above. The second play, I took the position up here based on the XLF and the Qs. I knew XLF was getting a bounce off their VWAP, and I knew Qs were beast mode, so I took a call here to ride the Momo up. It's going to get pretty exciting if it breaks this level. You're dang right, Jerry. It will. I used to trade 100 contracts a day in a room with 20 other guys doing the same. It was nuts, and there was a lot of screaming. Dang, pizza. That actually sounds pretty fun. 3-minute, Pluto. So I trade on the 3. Sometimes I'll switch to the 5 to get some trend data. Sometimes I'll switch to the 15 to go even further. Right there, you see it's very bullish, but I stick with the 3. Nice, Nicholas. Thank you. Appreciate that. What levels are your levels like fibs? No. I do use the fib for long-term trading. I'll throw it in there. Not as much as I used to, but I'll still throw it in every once in a while. But my levels are based on volume at price and pivots, as well as level 2 data. I'm taking those 3 big things: pivots, volume at price, level 2 data. Are there any taxes from any gains from option trading? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So if you're trading SPY, you're going to be looking at your short-term investing if you hold it for less than a year. Your short-term capital gains tax, which is basically your W2 tax rate. If you're going to be trading SPX, 60% of your profits on SPX are going to be trading at the long-term capital gains tax. 40% is going to be trading at your normal W2 tax rate, long-term capital gains tax rate. So 60-40 on SPX, 100% on SPY short-term. So it's a little different. If you hold them for longer than a year, that's different, but I don't really know anybody who holds options longer than a year. Do you like trailing stop loss? I do. I'm trying to incorporate it more and more because I usually just set a hard stop myself. But do you just choose the next price up for your strike? I choose the strike that is commensurate with my deltas. I pick my strikes based on a delta between about 0.35 and a 0.42, somewhere in there. And I kind of adjust it based on volume. Nothing's in stone, but that's the good rule of thumb. And I adjust it based on options volume. Nope, I'm all out of my trade, Michael. Days like this, you have to keep saying, yeah, buddy, about every 5 minutes. I love it. All my friends give me crap for saying, yeah, buddy, because I say it. I've been saying it like 10 times a day since like 2010. Shout out to the OG Ronnie Coleman. That's where I got it from. Ronnie Coleman, the OG. Can you teach us volume? Sure, I can, Star Lord. That's what I'm here for. Yeah, it's sad to see that dude's breakdown, man. What he's going through now physically is terrible. I hate to see it. One of the most amazing athletes ever is just, man, he's falling apart. I hate to see it. Yeah, I did. I saw Flex Wheeler. Yeah. Yep. Well, there is a give and take. You put your body through that with the supplements they were taking. Life is a peanut. Ain't nothing but a peanut. Yeah, buddy. Star Lord, is this chat when you saw the volume? What did you thought of what I was just telling? So we have volume that's coming in and out. We've got this big uptick and then oscillation, and then up, this big uptick, and then down again. So I'm watching volume for an uptick. I want to see an uptick in volume to tell me when I'm going to come in and out. Now I've heard about people talking about ticks, and Christopher, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm of the thought process, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I'm all about testing new indicators and in and out and analyzing. But for me, I want to refine this system, and then once I'm good to go, I'll start looking at stuff. And I might look at a tick. I know a lot of people are talking about that, but right now, I don't necessarily use it. Yeah, so it's about 11:15 Central, 12:15 Eastern time. I think I'm gonna hop off here. I gotta get some lunch. I'm starving. I'm sure y'all. I'm surprised y'all don't hear my stomach growling. Get me some lunch here, and then I'm still gonna be monitoring the Discord and the market. So if you have any questions, hit me up in the Discord. If you are on the YouTube channel, please hit that like button real quick. Let's get us to 300 likes. Get me a subscribe. If you want to join the Discord, follow the link in the description to come over and join the Discord. If you want to join the Patreon as well, the links are in there. I'll post a link as well if that's something you want to be a part of. I know I've had a lot of people ask about it. A lot of people join today. I think we've added 100 Patreons today. So thank y'all for being here. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to learn with us, to chat with us, to trade with us, make a little money. Crap ton of money made in the room today. Well, I think one of the most profitable days we've had, and it just keeps on getting better and better. Every day, the profits get bigger and bigger and more, and I absolutely love to see it. I'm humbled to be a part of it. So thank y'all for being here. If I don't see you this afternoon, I won't get on YouTube later today, but I will. I might get back on the Discord stream if volatility picks back up. So if I don't see you later this afternoon, I will see you bright and early in the morning. And I'm going to jump on a little bit earlier and let's form the levels live together, see if we can nail that down. So thank y'all for being here. I appreciate you taking the time. Until next time, I'm out of here. See ya.